and welcome to Let's Talk Diz, a show that gives you everything you need to know to help make your Disney vacation as magical as can be in just about 20 minutes. I'm your host, Jeff Coviello. With me each week is Disney Master Sandy from Easy Diz by Instant Impressions Travel Services. Sandy, how are you this week?
I am doing great. We are, in the freezing cold tundra in New Jersey,
Yes.
For those that want to appreciate where they live or commiserate with us.
Yeah. I mean, some people love it. I don't know that you and I are those some people.
We are definitely not those some people. I know that for sure.
So we had spent the last couple of weeks, last 3, talking about the Disney Destiny. And we had mentioned before we had broken into that 3-part series that you were heading down to Orlando to experience the new show at Disney's Animal Kingdom, Better Zoogether, which you did. And we're going to talk about that tonight.
We are, it was something, I will be honest, I was very excited about. My family loves Zootopia. Judy Hopps is a favorite in our house. So I was excited to see this. I will admit, I can't even tell you the last time I went to see Tough to Be a Bug. But it was a little sad to know that something else was going inside the Tree of Life.
Yeah. No, listen, we made it an attempt to go the last time just because we knew it was going away. So, but it wasn't a frequent stop for us, right? So I think that lended itself to a retheming, which is, I think, why we landed where we did.
That's what we see often. Things sometimes just, sadly, even with Disney, some of the movies kind of outlive their lifetime. And Animal Kingdom actually is seeing the biggest changes in the next 2 years with that. We'll see some Coco things come and a lot of other great replacements in the dinosaur area. But this is our kickoff to new things in Animal Kingdom, as you said. Better Zoogether.
Everybody's going to be trying to say that one over and over. Better Zoogether. So it opened about a month ago at this point, a little over a month ago, right?
It did. As I said, November and December are just busy for us, especially with the ship and all the things going on with the holidays. So I was there on the 10th. I actually couldn't be there opening day like I usually do. I was at our annual meeting for all earmarked travel agency owners out in Disneyland. So I was a couple of days behind in seeing it, but it opened just days before that preview of the Destiny. So I was gone, and then we were talking all about the Destiny because I'm going to be honest, I think more of you are going to travel on the Destiny than are going to run to Zootopia.
Well, you might be there, but it wouldn't be necessarily the reason you head to Disney's Animal Kingdom. But so we talked about how It's Tough to Be a Bug was in this theater. So this is in the theater that is at the bottom of the Tree of Life.
Correct. And Tree of Life, if you've never been to Animal Kingdom, where have you been?
Right.
But it is their icon of the park, that big tree. When you walk in, it's pretty much, they don't have a main street, but every park has that kind of main road / walkway you go down. And I think Animal Kingdoms is a little unique because it has a big turn in it. You go and then you have to turn left, and then there you are, and you are greeted by the Tree of Life. So it's its icon. It's right near the front of the park. You can't miss it.
Well, and, I'm assuming this hasn't changed, but one of the most amazing things about the Tree of Life as you're making your way through to get into that theater are the carvings that are in the tree itself. So I'm assuming that maybe something hasn't changed, or been added to it, but talk to folks a little bit about that if they really haven't taken the time to analyze that.
So there are, just as you said, the original 300 plus carvings. I have not been able to count them all or name them all. Some of them go a little higher than I can stand.
Next trip, you count them.
Next time.
Yeah.
But it is a great thing. Again, sometimes you're trying to figure out, maybe you have to wait online a few minutes. How do you keep the kids busy? So in the beginning of the ride queue, it is definitely looking at all the cool animals carved in there. And again, so many to spot. And as you get a little further, they did start to work Zootopia in. There are some posters for different, fake scenes from Zootopia and things, kind of movie posters, just like you and I would see in our life, but fashioned to Zootopia and their lives. And then there are even a couple of little kiosks kind of set up with unique Zootopia items to take a quick look at.
Very cool. All right. So, what's your recommendation for this? I mean, it's brand new, so it may be popular. People want to get in to see it. Is this something that they should reserve ahead of time? What's your travel specialist advice on that?
I'm going to stick with my standard advice that I give on theaters. I love shows in theaters because so many people get in at once. Obviously, the downside is if you miss it, you've got to wait that whole length of show. It's not something that loads quickly.
Right.
I'll also say I don't necessarily want to be in the front couple of rows in this show. So if you've bought multipass for the day, I would definitely use your multipass, but save it for one of your later selections. You're going to see it available the majority of the day.
So you just mentioned that if you don't get in, you got to wait the length of the show. That's always a concern for folks when they're kind of waiting around, even though we did mention that there's lots of stuff to look at. What about the length of this show? And like, what would you compare it to necessarily something else on property?
So it runs just under 10 minutes. Obviously, it doesn't mean that every 10 minutes a show gets in because they've got to empty the theater, pick up any trash people left behind, and then open the doors.
Sure.
So I would say the doors run about every 11 minutes. But if you've ever been to Epcot, right next to Figment, there are the Pixar shorts. And I have a favorite. I love to go and catch La Luna.
Mm-hmm.
Pixar shorts are also typically the openings for Disney movies. So while this is not available as a movie opening, I want to be clear, it's about that length. So you do get basically a whole feature story in that short amount of time.
Okay. One of the things I did want to ask you, because, we mentioned that it is replacing an existing experience. It was tough to be a bug show. And those that had been at that theater knew that there were some things that had gone on inside the theater. It was a 3D show, but there were other things going on. So what did they do with this show for those of us that haven't been there at all? Is it anything like the show that was there? Is it totally different? The experience? Give us the rundown.
So obviously they didn't really change the theater.
Right.
They did put in some seating that's a little bit different, but they keep the idea behind that 4D, giving you that extra sense, meaning things are coming at you from the theater. One of my least favorites in Tough to Be a Bug was that final scene where you got the feeling that a cockroach was running up your butt.
Yeah, that wasn't great.
This one uses air, smoke, water, and bubbles.
Okay.
So obviously the bubbles are a huge hit with families. The water, I will give you the same warning that I give for Fantasmic. You will get wet. You may get soaked.
Oh, wow.
So
okay.
I don't know. Typically on a lot of the water rides, we even see this on Cali River Rapids. They adjust the amount of water based on the air temperature. So just because you sat in row 3 and got barely wet doesn't mean that your friend that sits there 6 months later when it's 102 degrees outside isn't going to get more wet than you did.
Look at
but
that.
If you don't want to get wet, speak to a cast member. They will direct you to the drier seats in the theater.
Interesting. Okay. But is everything this 4D experience or 3D experience? Like, because if you remember, there was Flick in the old show. Are we dealing with animatronic as well?
We are. So Clawhauser replaced Flick.
Okay.
Again, they didn't gut the staging area. They're using that same setup.
Right.
And for those that are a little unsure what 3D, 4D means, it does mean glasses to be able to see the majority of the show. So if you have a child who doesn't want to put on those really super cool, bright yellow, big glasses to get that 3D effect, the movie's going to look blurry to them when they're at the movie part.
Sure.
It doesn't impact you seeing the animatronics, but if you don't wear them, it will impact your ability to see the movie. And especially for young kids, I would say they truly loved it. There was a lot of great music to it and a lot of fun, and people really got into it for that short amount of time.
Okay, so Break it down first, though. What is the premise of this show? If you had to distill it down and give us a little bit of a Cliff Note version, what are we looking at? Why are we gathering in this theater to watch this?
Well, as its title implies, because it's better Zoogether.
Obviously,
So it is Zoogether Day. You like that holiday? It's a new one. Make sure you
that
celebrate. Send all gifts to Sandy on Zoogether Day.
we have to add that to the list of holidays that are only experienced in Walt Disney World.
There we
Now,
go.
Zoogether Day. Love it. Go ahead.
Um, and I'll be honest, I kind of, when they started it, I thought Zoogether Day was the equivalent of Earth Day, but then they kind of took us through almost a whole year of little snippets of different things going on throughout the year. And it ends with what, if you're thinking it's the year, what might be seen as a New Year's party. Again, they take us through all these different Zootopia biomes. They go ice skating and swimming. And again, they're using all those effects. So when they're swimming, you're getting splashed. They're giving you scents. If you think of soaring and all those different scents you get minus the water, that's what they're bringing you. And it's all hosted by a new member of the Zootopia gang, Heidi Howler. She's a wolf character, and she is our host to take us through the show. I will spoil the ending for some of you. It was really popular because that New Year's party features Gazelle.
Oh, yeah.
And if you don't pay attention to the character names, you may know the real names that voice it. And Gazelle is voiced by Shakira. So when I talk about the music behind this, pretty safe bet we're having some fun with Shakira.
I was going to say it's a dance party at the end, I'm sure.
It definitely is. The room is, as I said, it's on the short and sweet side, but a lot of fun.
It does strike me as odd, though, that we had Clawhauser as the animatronic. We have Heidi Howler as the main host of the show. Where are Nick and Judy? Like, that surprises me that wasn't where they placed their bet. Are they? I mean, I'm sure they're present in the show.
Oh,
No?
they're definitely throughout. We see many of the Zootopia characters. But for those that are Nick and Judy lovers, which my family again really is,
Yeah.
just before you get online for the show, to the left is a new character meet and greet. So check the My Disney Experience app for times. Throughout the day, Nick and Judy do appear. And keep in mind, like many rides, especially ones that are not in the Magic Kingdom, the entrance and the exit are not normally near each other. So if you want to do your picture, you're going to want to do it before the attraction or on your way out of the park. It's not really near the exit of the attraction.
Okay, so I just want to go back to something real quick because maybe I'm just a little confused. But when you're talking about how it goes through the biomes, is that akin to, if you remember in the film, when Judy's taken the train into town, into the city for the first time, and she's going through the different parts, and we're seeing the totally different random places that are within Zootopia? Is that kind of what we see, only a little bit of an extended version, or is it something totally new?
It's definitely their time doing these experiences. So, it's not going to a swimming pool like you and I would see. It's
Right.
definitely in Zootopia. You're seeing many of Judy's friends there, characters that you've seen before. And it may be even a little way to pave their way to Zootopia 3 that they've brought in some new looking characters that we haven't seen before, or background characters that we might not have noticed in the movies that are appearing here as well.
This is going to sound like a really random question, so excuse it if it is weird. But I know some people are sensitive. You mentioned the water, you mentioned the air and the smoke. Some people are really sensitive to the different smells that get put into these things too. I know that when you talk about Soarin', like we get the orange groves on some of it. Like, is there anything that is smell sensitive, I guess, in this particular show in the 4D thing that people should be aware of?
I'm going to say yes, but I'm also going to say I would love Disney technology in my house because I am not the greatest cook.
Right.
And somehow when you cook in your kitchen, and I won't say I've done this more than once, manage to set off the smoke detector, I feel like it could take me 3 days to clear the scent in my house.
So
But
you
there's
need the smell-o-vision, sure.
I need the smell-o-vision because there's something about soaring in here. You definitely get that whiff of the scent, but they must use some kind of special back fan or something because just like it appears out of nowhere, it disappears out of nowhere.
Got it.
It does
So not
not.
overwhelming.
You know what was overwhelming though?
What's that?
The new amount of Zootopia merchandise.
Well, it's Disney, so there's no shortage of what they
There
can
is
sell
no
you.
shortage. If you want a t-shirt, a sweatshirt, 3 different water bottles, a backpack, um, kids' toys, you name it, Zootopia is there just in time for the holidays. So definitely hit up that gift shop. Again, like I've spoken before, many of the ride have their own gift shop. This attraction does not have its own gift shop, but the one right across from the entrance has their merchandise. And a lot of the merchandise that you don't see, that you will see there, you won't see anywhere else on property. So remember my tip, buy it when you see it. And if you're staying on property, you can return anywhere, including your resort gift shop. So buy it if you think you want it, if you find a bag or something you like better during the week, and so you don't want to have two, you can always return it at your resort gift shop, but this might be your only opportunity to get it.
That's a great tip. All right, so we're coming to the end of our program today. Is there anything you want to leave folks with before we say goodbye?
This attraction doesn't jump out at you. I will be honest about that. As you said at the beginning of the show, it is inside the Tree of Life. So while there is a sign at the entrance, it's not like other rides where they're really coming right at you. If you looked at the tree and you didn't know there was a show, you could definitely walk right past it. Conveniently, this park is a circle. So if you walk right past it, you'll walk past it again on your way out.
Right. Well, that's good. Well, listen, I appreciate you taking the time to go down and do these. I know these things are great when you see them right as they open, and this was certainly no exception. I hope the audience pardons us that we chose the Destiny over this show, but I think for folks that are familiar with the animal kingdom and they are familiar with It's Tough to Be a Bug, just like my family, we will be at this show the next time we are there. So thanks for taking the time, and I hope you have a great week.
You too. Remember, it's better Zoogether.
I'm never going to remember how to say that, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try. That's a wrap this week on Let's Talk Dis. If anyone you know could benefit from this or any show, please share, have them like, and subscribe. And don't forget to reach out to the folks at Easy Dis by Instant Impressions Travel Services for any Disney destination planning. Make it a great week, and as always, keep making memories.